Alright, hello Wasteland. Yes, welcome to the first video of 2020 and the absolute appalling state of my desk. I mean, I've got stuff everywhere. I mean, I've got projects that aren't even Gaslands related. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. Okay, so as the first video of 2020, we've got a lot of things to cover. We've got a lot of information to go over and review, and it's going to be a long one. However, I will try to make this video as quick as possible. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. So 2020, what does the year 2020 hold for us? Well, to be honest, there's going to be lots of changes, actual content as opposed to just lots of filler videos. I've kind of done enough of those now. I think it's apparent that in order for this channel to grow, I need to spend more time and actually make videos, and they are coming. It's time and work and all sorts. Speaking of which, I think this is about time to explain to you guys the concept of Operation MAD, which is something I've been working on since about September of last year. So Operation MAD, in a couple of sentences, is I'm trying to change career. I'm trying to get into the automotive design industry. I'm trying to leave warehousing and forklift truck driving and working in freezers, and I'm trying to leave all that behind. I'm trying to do something creative with my life. And a lot of you might be thinking, well, you make these cars and you make these models and, this is all very impressive. How come you don't work in that industry already? Or, oh, you must be mad to think you can get into this industry. And yeah, let's just say it's not easy. It hasn't been easy for the last few months, and I've had a lot of people help me. I'm not afraid to say that. To put it in perspective, how difficult things have been. Like, for example, there are 6 tasks, right? There are six tasks that I've been doing pretty much simultaneously. So let's just go through them. There's been learning how to model cars in clay, which is an industry standard thing. It's what they do when you work in the industry and someone's designed a lovely sketch of a car. They go, okay, now make this life size, go do it. Now, they don't teach you how to do the life size ones because it's expensive and the material cost, but they teach you how to make 1/10 or 1/4 scale models, which is basically a big upgraded version of what I've been doing with this stuff. Instead of it being a little dinky toy car, it's a big honking, foot-long thing made out of clay. But that's something I've never done before, so I've been learning from my dad and some really good people from the industry, and it's been great, but it's taken up a lot of time. Alongside that, I've been learning how to put a portfolio together, which might seem like, of course you know how to put a portfolio together. I've not needed one since 2008, so that's been an experience trying to figure that out. I've been learning Alias, Autodesk Alias, which is a 3D modeling software that they use in the industry for actually designing the toy cars and the big full-size things. So you go, okay, we want to put this into mass production. What are the exact specifications of it? So the distance between the wheels, the width of the wheels, the width of the body, roof, hood, you name it, the entire thing. What are all the proportions, and does it look good? And is it correct? It's kind of like when that Mars lander mission went wrong because they measured the distance to the surface in feet instead of meters. It's like that. It's all about getting the calculations right. But I've been getting somewhere with it. I've been figuring it out. And then alongside that, I work a full-time job. I've been spending as much time as I can doing, in September I started this HR course as an online thing. Basically, there's lots of free courses you can do, and they're completely free unless you want to drop out, in which case you have to pay for it. So, the simplest solution, just don't mess up, just complete the course. So that was fun, trying to balance that as well. And then on top of that, I managed to get a work placement working at an actual car studio, doing body panels for it was like a hearse conversion for vans. It was very strange. But that was really good, hands-on physical experience working with the scale. So it's just been You know, like from Infinity War, Thanos with the the 6 gems that he's got to get to make the thing work. Like it's been like that, just trying to balance all these things, and something had to give, and that thing was YouTube. Which, considering I said before the new year, I'm not in this for the money, so you know, I'm not I'm not here to squeeze as many pennies out of you guys as I can. So yeah, something had to give. YouTube gave, and I was like, that's okay. That's okay. There's no cash changing hands. There's no expectation here. That's okay. But I've done the HR course now, so that's one less thing to worry about. My work hasn't been as full time since the new year started as I'd like, so I've had a bit more free time than money coming in, shall we say? And and yeah, and I think in order to stay sane, doing YouTube's a good way to do it. So, you can actually expect more car videos, which is good. But that's not the only thing we're here to talk about. One of the things I want to do with my channel is I really enjoy making these big fantasy house things out of foam and cardboard and wood and stuff. And a lot of this does transfer over to Gaslands and other tabletop gaming. I know it's not, strictly speaking, toy cars. So for a lot of you guys, it's going to be like, oh, what's this? I don't like, unsubscribe. And that's fine. But don't be surprised if a few days every now and then you see videos and it's like, oh, hey, here's this fantasy house I made. What do you think? And likewise, I'm getting more involved with this community than ever before. And on that note, let's talk about something that's happening right now on the Gaslands UK Facebook page, which is, of course, the Gaslands UK Car of the Month, the first contest of 2020. That's right, this is January's contest for Car of the Month on the Gaslands UK Facebook page. So what is this? What is this? Well, if you've never done this before, every month on the Gaslands UK Facebook page, they get a sponsor, in this case North Star Figures, and the sponsor will provide prizes for the Car of the Month competition, and they also judge and set the conditions, the requirements of the build. So in this case, North Star have asked you to make a vehicle that has been inspired by the movie Mad Max Fury Road. Nice and simple. So how does this work? Well, the competition runs from the first Sunday of the month and runs all the way up to the last Sunday of the month. And you can enter at any point. You can post a completed model by midnight on the last Sunday of the month. So if we look at the calendar right now, we're on what, Sunday the 12th? So we're already 2 weeks in. You go, oh God, I haven't got enough time to do anything. No, relax. You got 2 more weeks left. I mean, if I can do a car in 30 minutes, I know you can get one done in 14 days. And in order to make this competition nice and fair, you have to be able to prove that this is a build and a paint job that you've done in this month. So this is a Car of the Month competition, so it's got to be something that you started and finished over the course of January. And the way to prove that is you take 2 photos of your entry. One photo is from before you do any modifications of any kind. So before you glue a gun to it or drill it apart or anything, it doesn't have to be mint in box, but just we know what a modified car looks like. Like, come on. So you've got the before and then you've got the after shot. So when it's finished and you're ready to, put it forward for judging. The before photo is just there to prove that you did it this month. So typically you'd have like a date stamp next to it, like maybe a product that's got today's date on it or like a newspaper, just something that says January 2020. And this is a Gaslands UK Facebook page competition, so sadly all entries must be UK residents. And I know what you're saying, rest of the world, you're going, well, that's not very fair, what about the rest of us? I know for a fact that the Gaslands main Facebook page has plenty of competitions going on, let alone all the other different Wasteland groups out there. So just because I'm shouting out this one doesn't mean that there's not plenty for you to get involved in. And hey, even if you're not in the UK, this is still a great opportunity for you to set a challenge for yourself and go, can I do it? Can I build a car to a theme and get it done in 4 weeks or less? And to be honest, you can do a lot in that time. You can do a lot in half that time. So come on, I know you can. And To round this up, so we know that the winner is chosen by the sponsor. You know, they judge all of the cars, all the entries in this competition on the last Sunday of the month. And then the winner will be announced on the last day of each month, with the only exception being if the last Sunday and the last day are the same day, then it will be the first day of the next month. So let's clear this up. So 26th is the last Sunday of January 2020. The last day would be the Friday the 31st, which is the following week. So there's plenty of time for them to then, you know, look over the entries and choose which one they think is the winner. But the winning car will be chosen on, and this is quite good because this shows what the actual requirements are. There's no like hidden, oh, what categories, what kind of things do they look for in a build? No, it's all up front. The winning car will be chosen on the modifications, the paint job, and the theme. So how good are the modifications, how good is the paint job, and how closely does it match the theme of this competition? In this case, Mad Max Fury Road. And that's not to say that you've got to make something that's just torn straight from the Mad Max film. You know, you can build anything you want. It just has to, you know, tie into it in some way. It doesn't have to be like a movie accurate recreation of the V8 Interceptor. It can be whatever you want. It just has to be something that would fit that theme. Like they've done all sorts of themes before. They've done like flying cars and Christmas builds and so on. So don't worry about it. Just have fun. Lots of people are entering this already. We're already seeing some really cool builds. So come on, guys. You know you can do this. 2 weeks left. Come on. I'm behind you on this one. Hell, I've seen one guy do a half and half build, which I'm so happy about. I'm so happy that someone else has thought to do that. I thought it was just me. I thought I was going to have to explain the concept to people, but no, there's a half and half out there just waiting for you guys to see it. Okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in for this episode. I know it's not a tutorial or a product review or something that you'd like to see, but you know, it's been busy this end. It's been busy, but we're getting there. Things are starting to level out now. I'll let you know how Operation Mad goes, and yeah, I'll get the next video out as soon as I can. But in the meantime, I want you guys to look at that competition, genuinely, you know, look at it and think, can I put something forwards? Because I wanna see what you guys can come up with. That's the coolest thing when you see the different cars that people make. A big thank you to the Gaslands UK Facebook page and this month's sponsor, North Star Figures. Seriously, it's worth checking them out because they've done some pretty good bits and pieces for your builds so far. I gotta say, like, it's so nice to see companies actually making things in plastic on frames now. Like, it really makes this hobby feel legitimate compared to what it was like 3-4 years ago, and there was just like nothing. But yeah, no, it's really good. Here's looking to you, 2020. Let's see what comes next. Thank you for watching Wasteland, and I will see you all in the next episode. As always, a massive shout out to our sponsors, Camsul Designs and Green Miniatures with their Mad Car line. If you check out those websites and use the code JH Miniatures, you too can get 10% off your purchases from those websites. And a massive thank you and shout out to V2A, the post-apocalyptic band of the Wasteland. They do the intro music for this channel, and they put out some amazing soundtracks. And they have got some big plans for 2020. But you'll have to watch and find out in the next episode. See you next time, Wastelanders.